What is going on, guys? It is the Shitty Mexican here, back from the video. Today we are back for our week 9, I believe. Let me think real quick. week 9 prep versus the Gold Coast Gyarados. The reason this is coming out a little bit later is I was busy all weekend. And we battled literally Sunday night on the deadline, basically. It was like at midnight when the battle finished. So we're just gonna record it now. I'm gonna go over his team. He was 1-7 as of as of the match before the match concluded, and we were 4-4. We are currently last in our division. Northern, he's basically locked in a spot for himself. Like, he could lose out, and we could win out. And that could be bad. Scotty, who was replaced by Dr. Piplup because he left due to constant DCs every match, he quit. And so Piplup's playing. If Piplup loses a couple matches here and there, like within these last couple weeks, and I can win out, there's a chance I make it. And then there's Kurt, who is currently a lot of diff ahead of us. We are very low when it comes to diff. But we have the same record. And basically, I believe Pip is going to lose out a lot of matches to the point where Pip can't make playoffs because he faces a lot of hard opponents. So I'm really confident about that. It just comes down to me and Kurt. And basically, until we basically need to match him. So if he loses, if he goes like 1-2, then we need to go 1-2 or better. That's basically what needs to happen. So we really just need to kind of win out just to be safe. So we are going to try our hardest. Even though he's 1-7, I'm fearing Matt. Matt is scary as fuck. So we are going to try our hardest against him. This is the team he has. Latios, Crobat, Blastoise, Roserade, Seismitoad, Electivire, Infernape, Clefable, Bronzong, Gourgeist, and Avalugg. Whereas we are rocking out with Google Docs doesn't seem to want to be loading right now, but we are rocking out with Amoonguss. Hello? Okay. Amoonguss, Victini, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Registeel, Sneasel, Landorus, Mimikyu, Tyrantrum, Golbat, and Hitmonchan. I'm expecting him to either bring, just right when I was prepping, I was like, either Scarf Latios or Scarfed Infernape in case of possible Scarftini. I feel like he was going to bring Bronzong because it really does kind of wall my Registeel to an extent. Like, it does really well. Clefable because he just loves his Clefable. Seismitoad possibly for rocks. I thinking maybe Electivire. Crobat for default. There's a lot of things that he could have brought. Definitely Latios or Ape were his possible Scarfers when thinking about it. Then the team I decided to bring against him. We lost my V-Card, the Victini, holding the Choice Scarf with the Victory Star. There we go. Psychic, Energy Ball, Blue Flare, and U-Turn. I ran a physical because I thought the Clefable would be physically defensive with Cosmic Power, since that's what he's been running a lot. Because I've been genning for him, so I kind of know what kind of sets he's been running. Psychic Energy Ball, Blue Flare, and U-Turn. Psychic and Energy Ball, obviously for stabs. Energy Ball, in order to touch things, the Blastoise and the Seismitoad, basically the extent of what it's there for. And then U-Turn just for initiative, because why not? 28 in HP, 4 in defense, all this right here. 220 speed, that outpaces an Electivire, and if he decides to bring it Scarf, we outspeed it. Timid, obviously, with max special attack, 28 in HP, and in order to ensure that we have odd HP, and 4 in defense and special defense, because I had 8 left over. Next, we have Registeel here with the leftovers. Light Metal, I believe I ended up running, what is it called? Clear Body. Although I did run Light Metal in case of a low kick Infernape. But I did end up bringing Clear Body within the match. I ran Iron Head, EQ, Thunder Wave, and Stealth Rocks. Iron Head was just for stab. It really hit the Clefable hard. Earthquake hit the Ape, and that's basically the extent. It hit the Ape. It kind of allowed me to hit mons that I might have only hit that might have resisted Iron Head neutrally, such as the Blastoise, Seismitoad, Electivire, Ape, like I said, Bronzong if you decide to bring Heat Proof, and yeah, that's basically the extent of it. Thunder Wave in order to kind of maybe try to kind of lower the threat of his team, such as maybe Thunder Wave the Latios, Crobat, just anything on his team really. Like Ape, like that'd be really good. Like a Scarfers, that'd be good because then that allow me to outpace it with Victini and just hit it hard. And then Rock, just because Rocks do kind of hurt his team, like everything basically gets hit neutrally for it, except for Bronzong. And yeah, so I decided to bring that. I decided to run a max Spadaf, basically. You know, I took a little bit out of HP, special defense, and HP here and there, and put 44 in defense because that allows me to guarantee to live a Flare Blitz or close combat from a Life Orb Jolly Infernape. And if I could live that and then, like, hit it with an EQ to kill it or just Thunder Wave it, that would be really helpful. So, that's why I ran that. Next, we have Vaporeon here, Vape Nation, with the leftovers, Water Absorb, Scald, Wish, Toxic, and Roar. Scald just to have something to hit them with so that I'm not completely, like, useless if it comes down to it. Wish to recover up. Toxic in order to kind of see whether he's an unaware Clefable or a Magikarp Clefable, and also toxicking some things such as maybe Blastoise or Seismitoad, like some of his walls, Gorgeist, and Avalugg would be very helpful. And then Roar to stop any setup. If we have Rocks up to keep chipping down his team, and you know, in case, like I said, set up Clefable because I saw that he has brought Cosmic Power a lot, so I decided to run that, and then Fortnite Spadaf because I had that left over. Next we have Kira with the Sneasel, Life Orb, Inner Focus, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, Knockoff, and Iron Tail. Icicle Crash, obviously, and Knockoff both for Stab, hits his team extremely hard, like Latios, Knockoff, Ice Shard, or Icicle Crash, Knockoff, Icicle Crash, Knockoff, Ape obviously was a problem. I really didn't want to stay in on an Ape. Knockoff, and Knockoff. The only thing I brought Iron Tail because it 2 KO to physically defensive Clefable. And I brought Ice Shard because it might come in handy for things such as maybe a Scarf Latios, like I said. I could do like 10% to an Ape, so that might have been helpful. And the Crobat also. So that's why I ran that. 220 speed, that outpaced a max speed timid Latios in case he didn't Scarf it. And then I just put the rest in HP and then max attack. Next we have Mimikyu the Mimikyu the Mimikyu. Hold the Lumberry with the Disguise, Shadow, Sword Dance, Wood Hammer, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak. This was basically kind of like a late game sleeper, kind of or mid game, and I could just put Dents into his team. Sword Dance obviously to set up. Wood Hammer because if you look at my team, I don't have any Grass Stab whatsoever because I decided not to bring a Moongus. I'll get into that in a second, why I didn't decide to bring it. So I just decided to bring it because I didn't expect him to see it, and it could hit the Blastoise and the Seismitoad really hard, which were the only things that could really take hits for Mimikyu after setting up a little bit. I ran Lumberry because I thought, I could set up on the Blastoise if it tried to start scalding me, and as long as I can maybe set up a couple Sword Dances, and he only gets 1 burn, the Lum will wear it off, and then I'll be plus 2 or 4 or whatever, and I won't be burned. I could just wreak havoc. So Woodhammer, like I said, to hit those Blastoise and the Seismitoad, which are doing a lot, even if I don't set up. Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak were there, because Shadow Sneak obviously for priority, because there are a lot of things taking out the pace me, since I'm only based 97 or something like that. 96, I actually think. Yep. And Shadow Claw for just a stronger stab. I didn't need player off, because if you look, I hit Latios, Crobat, everything on his team gets hit neutrally with my Ghost Stab. So I didn't really need player off. So I just ran max speed, Jolly, 252 attack, and then 4 HP. That outpaced his Electivire if he decided not to Scarf it. So I just decided not to, so I decided to run max this week. And then finally, this was a toss-up between Fat Bat here, or Mungus, and I decided I really need to get rid of hazards because Kiro and Victini are going to be taking a lot, and he has I don't really want to be chipped in every time I swap out because I do like to swap a lot in order to give myself an advantage. And Among Us just didn't have the best matchup after looking at it because it was mostly there for the Blastoise and Seismitoad, but he has Latios, Crobat. Roserade can definitely do a lot to me. Infernape and Clefable could set up on me. Bronzong, he has a lot of things to kind of stop my Amoonguss. So I just decided to bring Golbat with the Eviolite Infiltrator, Brave Bird, Super Fang, Roost, and Defog. 244 in HP, 252 attack, or defense, and then 12 in Spadef. The reason I made it Fizzdef is because Vaporeon has a good chance to get 2 KO'd by a Life Orb, Apes close combat. And so this Golbat can take two Flare Blitzes from a Life Orb Jolly one and just completely destroy the Brave Bird. So that's why Golbat's really here, and it's also there for the hazard removal. Brave Bird, obviously for stab, and just to do a lot of damage, mostly to that Infernape. Super Fang to window down those big walls that can do a lot of damage, such as Clefable and Seismitoad and Blastoise can be weakened easily, and also the Bronzong. Next I brought Roost in order to keep myself healthy, and then lastly Defog, like I said, to get rid of hazards. That's the team we brought versus him. We need to come out with a big win. We need to basically win every week to ensure that Kurt does not allow, so that we can't allow Kurt to get a game ahead of us. So yeah, hopefully the battle goes up tomorrow, and then after that, MCL match should be up on Wednesday. Hopefully I'll be back to my normal schedule. The reason it was so hard to schedule with Matt is because, one, he has a job, he's very busy, he's old man Matt, and also, he's Australian. He's in a completely different time zone than us, so it's very hard to schedule with him. This week, or this upcoming week that we're currently in, we faced Marcus, and he's also Australian, so there's a good chance that the match will be up kind of late, delayed, just like this one. I'm hoping to start, this match is going to be post-commed. I'm hoping to start, post-comm. I'm hoping to at least be able to live-comm Marcus' match. I'm really hoping I can. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe if you did enjoy. Very soon there's going to be a channel update coming out, so let me know if you guys are, just let me, I don't even know, I'm really tired right now. I have a lot of homework to do after this. I'm just going to hurry up, render this, and then upload it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you did enjoy it. But anyways, this has been the Shady Mexican. I'm out. Peace.